Namaste everyone and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Janata Talk, the show that on airs every Sunday 9 p.m. onwards here only at JanataTelevision HD. We focus on socio-economic, business and education related talk. Well, in our today's episode, we have an amazing guest who is the sensation right now is because he is loved by all the people, whoever is into the world of makeup and painting. So with us, we have the very first body painter, or let's say the painting artist and also a makeup artist of Nepal, Anish, Tamang Aka Devinesh. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me here.
So it's all our pleasure to have you over here first. So let us talk about your journey, the entrepreneurial venture. So how did it begin and what it is all about?
Well, I actually started as a freelancer makeup artist back in 2018, 2019. So it was only after the post-pandemic that I really thought like, oh, I'm going to take it as a business, because before that it was more like, freelancing. It was not a profession for me, it was a passion. But then later on, I actually come from a bachelor's in hotel management. My whole background is hotel management. But coming from that, and I had options to make. Either I'm going to be in hotel management or either I'm going to go and pursue my career as a makeup artist. So at that point, I decided right after the pandemic, like, I've invested so much of my time, so much of my energy, so much of my effort since the lockdown and since 2019. So I said like, no, I'm just going to take this passion as a profession. So that's how the journey from Divinish to my establishment, House of Divinish.
But since you said that you are from a hotel management background, that's all of a sudden, that is obviously not all of a sudden shift. You have this thing in you, but there's a phase in our life where there's a click point where, okay, this is what I am supposed to do and this is what is for me. So what was that point of your life?
I don't really have that certain turning point in my life. It's more like it was a pandemic and there was nothing for me to do. So I wanted to explore around the things. I wanted to see what other parts of makeup there is, because makeup itself has a very vast root and it is a form of art. So I was more inclined toward the creativity and towards the art perspective. So I think that is how the lockdown gave me a lot of time. I was free 24 hours, so I was more experimenting, I was more playing around with colors, I was trying to find more different forms of art and makeup. So I think that really inclined me towards getting more creative. There is nothing like so much like a turning point in my life where I wanted to shift my entire career from hotel management to the makeup.
Okay, so now this show is all about entrepreneurial skills and enhancing that. And there are so many people, or let's say the youngsters, who take you as a source of inspiration. But having said that, we belong to a country where there lacks opportunities and there's risking factors in this sector. So please let us sum up the risking factors in the sectors of makeup, or you are the first one to initiate the body art, the body sketching and art painting. So what are the possible threats you see in these sectors?
Well, for the body painting itself, it's a big threat because it's a very new thing for the country as well. For Nepal, it's a very new thing. And because of that, you don't have much of a prospect market here. So whatever I'm doing, the body painting, for the past 4 years that I've been doing it, it's just have been building up my portfolio. It's just have been, giving me a recognition, because people recognize me more as a body painting artist rather than a makeup artist. So, a tagline has been there for me, and I think this is kind of like a USP for me. And if you say it like, a income generating process or anything, it's not there. Body painting really does not get me that much of income than I do it from the regular makeup or from the mainstream makeup. So the biggest challenge itself is the market is very less. It's not even there. But few of the brands or few of the companies like the NGOs, INGOs, or any other companies, they've been trying to do few sort of a marketing through the body art itself. But still, it's been 4 years I've been doing it, but there is nothing called a very stronghold market, or there is no prospect for that for current situation.
So now the fact that there are so many youngsters who follow you, who aspire to be in your shoes, who take on your shoes, but you expressing or you stating the fact that the earning sector or the earning fact is nowhere to be expected as of. So what do you think are the things that you would suggest? Because they would take you as an idol. They want to be, as I said, they want to make it in the body art and makeup and things as such. So what are the things the youngsters who aspire to do something in this field need to pre-plan before opting for it as just a passion? What do you think, or what do you suggest to youngsters?
Well, the first thing that everybody needs to understand is, whatever you want to do, you always need to make some sacrifices in life.
Exactly.
You cannot get a lot of benefits from everything. You need to make some sacrifices. So if you are planning for having this body painting or any creative field as a full-time career, not just even body painting, I think a lot of creative field itself has a very less market here in Nepal. So if you're planning to take this as a full-time profession, then you need to make a lot of sacrifices, because you have to know this is not going to be a stable income for you, and the challenges are a lot. But what I would suggest personally is take it as a passion. Don't make it your full-time profession. You can always have this as your side hustle, and then you can have a other way of like a steady income. Imagine if I would be working in a hotel, I would be still as an employee of a hotel, but then I would do body painting on my free times or on my, vacancy, or my, no, not the vacancy, on my vacant time or in my free time. So I would do it, but I would not take it as like a full-time job kind of a thing.
I'm getting it. So now since you already raised this point of like income and thing, please let us know, not exactly what you earn, how is your source of how you're managing your expenses, because we do not do the thing just for the sake of passion, and as you are professionally inclined towards it. Just let us know honestly about how do you derive or how do you manage your monthly expenses.
Well, my main source of income is through makeup classes, through clients, and through collaborations that I do on my Instagram, like promoting brands, brand work.
How does those collaboration work? This has always been there, the business collaboration with this beauty products and brands. How does this actually function?
Well, if you're like a very new creator, or if you're like a very beginning content creator or influencer itself, usually it's a barter collaboration. So it's like you give me a content, I would give you a product or anything out of it. But once you become a much more of a prominent content creator or quite a famous one, then it's more about monetary. You have your own price for the videos that you make, the content that you post on your social media, or any stories that you post. So it's more to the monetary side. So for me, my steady incomes come from makeup classes, doing clients' makeup, and then the brand collaborations that I do.
The body painting is just as a passion as of for now?
Yes, body painting till now it's just as a passion. It just boosts my profile.
But the thing is, it's like breathtaking, whenever any one of us, you just have a look at your painting. Just few of your paintings I just had a look at, and I was like, how is this possible? And going through your interviews where you express that you are not into the sketch things and all, you cannot draw anything the paper.
Yeah, I can.
But that is unbelievable. So what's your future plan for taking like the body painting things? Because you're the first in Nepal, you're the first person to devour into that field. So how do you plan to take it ahead in the future?
Well, I'm a kind of a person that does not have this, far-sighted plan or anything. I'm a kind of a person who goes with the flow. I don't keep on a lot of expectations from anything. I've always been saying this, whatever I'll be doing my best in the coming 4th year, but I cannot promise that, I'm going to take, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to take this as a passion, like I've been always taking it. I'm going to do it till the time I enjoy it. And, I've already introduced here in Nepal, and a few of the creators are actually taking it, and a few of the creators are actually doing really good with the body painting itself. So maybe, I might have introduced it, and I might not take it as a full-time career in my coming days, but some other people will take it as it. So for me, it's like, whatever I'm going to do, I'll keep on doing it, but I do not have a far-sighted plan that, okay, you're coming this coming 5 years.
All my best wishes to you for whatever you plan to, whatever you not plan to. As you say, we move on the flow. And one thing, like you have the world's best supportive parents.
Yeah, true.
But having said that, so during your struggle days, the things were completely different. Now, being an established makeup artist and a body painter, what do you think is the societal outlook on the professionals, or let's say professions, or the people involved in such professions? What do you think? How society looks at the professions as such? It's because you deal with a lot of different questions and things for sure.
Yes, I think whenever your family supports you for whatever you are doing, I really don't think the people outside of your family really matters to you. Whatever they say or however they perceive you. But for me, the old surrounding that I have and I've been involved into have been very supportive with my profession. I have never been asked cross questions, or my relatives or anybody that I know have ever made me feel uncomfortable about my profession or anything. And the fact that my family has been so supportive, my family has always stood beside me. If anybody would say anything, then I know my mom and dad would always defend me for that. So for me, that I really feel safe about it, and I really don't care about what other people think except for my family. So for me, I've always bothered less, and maybe because of that, I've never let that negativity come towards me, so I've never seen that.
That's something to look after. I'm pretty sure you'll just listen to whatever he said. And yes, whenever you do something, nothing else to think about. When we talk about the professions that you are involved in, I should admit this, that you are getting everything that you should. But when it comes to from the part of private sector, or let us say from the government sector, is there any kind of boosting, any kind of support, anything that you feel that I must be provided with? Because this is something, because internationally, if you see, these people are provided with so much of funds, so much of assistance, and so much of support that boosts them to, give their 200% to the 100% they have with them. So what is the outlook on that aspect of thing? Be very honest and speak on this.
Well, sadly, government has been so busy saving their own seats. They've got no time to see what's happening on the creative field itself. Right. They have a very less interest towards it. I think they have a major issues on their own prospect. So from government side, there's nothing. Whatever I have received till date, whatever I got till date, is all because of the people that supported me, people who believed in me, and people who thought that this person can really do something in the coming days. So it was a pure support out of the people who loved my work and who really supported me.
But don't you think like there should be something done from their part?
Well, obviously there is.
Right?
Obviously there is, but like I said, I've stopped having expectations from anything. So I really don't expect anything from the government for the coming days as well. Okay. I don't think it's going to be possible for like 10-15 years.
Oh, that's the sad truth, or let's say the dark reality of our country.
Well, that's the sad part of living in an underdeveloping country. So
okay, now let us talk about the serious, challenging and risking factor of this sector, because as I mentioned it earlier, there are so many youths who wants to make it, but there are only 2 or 3% who stood out from others, and most of them are demotivated for further. So these are because of these people not knowing about these risking factors. So what are the risking factors do you think, or you see in this field?
Well, rather than a risking factor, what I feel like is
for the upcoming people, or let's say the youngsters who wants to come, they should know about the existing portfolio of this.
This generation, they want everything to be very quick. They want their foods to be delivered quickly. They want the internet to work as fast as possible, and so they want fame as fast as possible. So, I think the people wants to get noticed or viral with just one particular content, and I know it's a very painstaking process. For me, whenever I do a body painting, it takes me around 11 to 14 hours to complete a piece, and I just cannot expect that I do it for one time and then I get fame. It's not that easy.
Exactly.
So I think this generation, they really think that by just doing one painting or just creating a one piece that you're going to get attention or not. One thing is, never have expectations. That is how I learned that never to have an expectation, because I never expected anything whenever I was working, whenever I was doing it. The second thing you need to understand is you have to make a lot of sacrifices in this field, because this is going to be very tough, because this is not a stable income source. So you have to take it as a passion, or either if you're going to be completely devoted, I hope your family is very rich and loaded, so that no matter whatever you do.
This is what I love about you. I've gone through a lot of your interviews, and you spoke your heart like as if there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, like there's nothing to be shy about. Like if your family is very rich and if you come from a very good, well-off family background, then I don't think you have to worry about your money.
Are you talking about you? Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about. Oh my God, I come from a very decent family. Okay. But yeah, I mean, like people really need to, especially this generation, really need to focus on, it's all about consistency. The more consistent you become with your work, the more personal attention that you will get from people. But if you just think that with one content you're going to go get viral or you're going to get people's attention, then I don't think that's going to be possible. And this is not for you if you're having that kind of vision.
Okay, let's shift our talk a little bit. Let's talk about your other associations. So you are also open, you're also a part of LGBTQI community plus community. So how is yours contributions going to that thing?
Well, I won't say I'm an advocate. I'm definitely not an advocate. I'm just an artist. So whatever I say or whatever I deliver is through art. So my expression for anything, be it a gender-based violence, be it for the support of LGBTIQ plus community, or be for anything, whatever I speak through art. So, I've never made any physical contribution, or let's say, I've never taken part in rallies, or I've never advocated for anything, but my visibility, my expression through art has always inspired and always motivated people. I wanted to set an example that, whenever people think of any person from LGBTIQ plus community, you don't see much of a good examples. So me being in this industry, trying to do whatever I've been passionate about, and I think this somehow gives a good side of the LGBTIQ plus community as well. So my work or my passion or my presentation itself is a bit of a contribution towards the community, not through just vocally or anything. It's just completely through art, completely through expression.
Great. Now, let us know about your future plans. What's in store for all of us? I'm pretty sure there's something new that's coming our way forward. What is it all about?
Well, like I told you, I'm a person who goes with the flow.
But you must have something in store. Come on.
I mean, I am working on a few of the projects,
right.
Which I cannot talk about it right now.
Okay. Suspense.
Yeah.
Let it be a suspense.
Yeah, but I don't have any a long-run future plan.
All right.
I enjoy it. Body painting.
Again, a question that you will probably not have an answer of.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the coming 10 years?
Yeah, I'll be doing whatever I'll be doing.
That's it.
That's
and
it.
Any possibilities of you changing this sector, doing something new?
Well, I can't promise. This is a passion.
Let's
for
be
me.
hypothetical.
Yeah.
Where do you see something extra doing a part of this makeup things and all? Body painting. What else can we expect you to be doing in the future?
Well, I really want to go to Hollywood. I
Great.
really want my
This is
career
something
to
new.
be set on Hollywood because
All right.
I think Nepali movie industry still needs a lot of time for this creative kind of stuff, and for me to be here and sustain my work. If I completely be very honest with, if I'm going to be completely passionate
You're
about my
always
work
honest.
here. And I think I would see myself in Hollywood, in any movie projects, working there. Even in Bollywood, you don't have much of a prospect for makeup, for body painting and special effect. It's a very smaller market there as well. So I would really love to see myself in Hollywood for any movies. I don't know.
That's great. So we can expect him to be in the Hollywood very soon. So now, before we wrap up, so as I mentioned you earlier, is all about entrepreneurship and promoting the new entrepreneurs and also the young heads. So what would be a piece of message that we'd like to give to all our audiences who are watching us and also listening us? Because we come from Radio Janata, we come from JanataTelevision SD, so we are happening at the same time. So what would be your message to them?
All I want to say is be consistent of your work. Never have any more expectations. Be very passionate about what you do, and you're going to have to make a lot of sacrifices. There are a lot of hurdles to come. You have to fight it. This is your own battle. Don't expect anybody else to fight for you.
That's so great of you. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation on a very short call and making it for the show. Thank you so much for your
My
presence.
pleasure. It was my pleasure.
All right. Well, with this, we come to the end of our today's episode. So I hope you had a wonderful time listening to our conversation and watching us talk about all these stuffs. So we will be back next week with yet another exciting episode. Till then, keep watching Janata Television SD.